So let's start with the two words. Ecology, and these two words are ecology and conservation. Can I request someone to read the meaning of ecology and conservation for us, please? Anyone?
Ecology is the science of how living things relate to each other and their surroundings. It explains how nature works. Ecology only,
And
right?
conservation. Please go ahead.
Conservation is wise, sustainable action we take because of it. Think of it this way. Ecology is the doctor studying the body. Conservation is choosing to live wisely because of what the doctor found. One is knowledge, the other is responsibility.
Thank you, Ruth. Here's your first requirement. Before that, so ecology is a science. It studies how living things or the environment relate to one another and to their surroundings. What eats what, how water and energy move through a place, how many fish a pond can support. So ecology simply explains how nature works. Why conservation is something else. Conservation is an action or it's a choice. It is using the environment wisely and sustainability so that it lasts for children and our grandchildren. As what Ruth had read earlier, it's like a doctor who studies your body. That's ecology. Conservation is you deciding to eat well, to exercise because your doctor had found out something in your body that you need to correct. So one is the knowledge, the other one is responsibility built on that knowledge. And you need both because you simply cannot protect what you do not understand. So our first requirement tonight, in one sentence, how would you explain the difference to a 12-year-old in the church or in the school, the difference between these two words, ecology and conservation? I will need you to, here's an example. You could say ecology is understanding nature while conservation is protecting and using it wisely. I need you, I'll give you two minutes to write down something, maybe less than that, on our chat here now. In one sentence, explain simply what ecology and conservation is. Please type your answer in our chat and let's read it as we go along. Or if you want to speak and say something about it, then you can do so. Now, I always think because, back home, although the people have become more educated, but growing up, in the city, I've seen this in so many areas where patay na yung ilog, the river is no longer having living fish or anything else. Sometimes there would be crabs, but it's too dark and too black na for a living organism to survive. And then mabaho na siya, it smells that bad. And then, from time to time, the plastics and many other basura are just everywhere floating in the river. And, many people in the community who are not even part of the community would come and help clean the water. But I think the best thing that we could do, as always, because I've gone to many parts of this together with our Pathfinder clubs and with our ACS in the church to clean up, do cleanup drive in the water areas or waterways like this, is education. I've seen in Thailand this is seldom happening because I think the literacy rate and education is getting there well and good. Other than that, also it probably runs into culture and upbringing of the family. So it's always, the biggest pressure on our nature is always us. And usually it shows up first and the fastest on our water. 6 billion? And, growing up, I know studying in Araling Panlipunan, we're just 2 billion. And how much have we grown so fast from then, uh, since I was in probably in secondary school and now, and that's a lot of people. Um, uh, Philippines has grown to be more than 100 million from 60 million when I was growing up. On the other hand, Thailand has a depreciating population. Their population has declined for the past 5 years constantly. Mababa yung population rate nila. In one of the studies that says it's more of the literacy rate and people have better standards of living and decided not to have children. And this is why many schools, in one of the studies when I attended the meeting with ISAT, International Schools Association in Thailand, many schools in Thailand are closing every year. Just last year, there were more than 20 and 30, and it's not no longer COVID. Schools are closing around Thailand because there are no longer students. In some cases, like here in Lupri, some government schools are combining into one and would close down a smaller one because there is not enough students anymore. And it's because each person needs food, each person needs water, each person needs energy, and somewhere to put their own waste. The earth is generous, but it is not infinite. Our appetites grow, our numbers grow, farmlands diminishes, fresh water gets stretched thin, forests are cleared to make more cities, more subdivisions, and more houses. And plastics pile up. Sometimes it is a lubricant can do as much harm to the environment with a large population who is living well. That very same overload is what kills a lake or a river, and watch it how it happens step by step. Sewage from the fertilizer, for example, going into our rivers, detergents from us, from our houses, pouring into the waterways, those, and then feeding some certain nutrients into the waterways. Those nutrients feed the algae, which bloom into thick, dark green mats across the surface. Then the algae die. And then bacteria move in to rot the algae. And those bacteria will use up all the oxygen in the water. Begins to die, not because they're choked by algae, so many algae, but because there's no longer oxygen in the water. This morning, I found one of my and we don't know by our little means from our houses that we are actually contributing to these environmental hazards. There was a famous example of Cuyahoga River in America. It was so polluted that it actually caught fire more than once, and they even call it a river on fire. And that has started a movement in the US many years ago to launch an entire environmental movement. Now, let's proceed to our task 2 and 3. Can you name a lake? You can, by the way, if you're not able to write it on chat, or you're not able to share with us live now, you can work it out on your handbook and write it down if you have to. Can you name any lake or river or canal near you that is so polluted or so dead? Interestingly and positively, in my local vicinity, parang wala naman. I actually live near a river. My house is just 30 steps away from the river, next to another house. And it's thriving well. Is there any lake or river? 7 and 8. The 3 journeys. The materials that we have from the GC is actually a very old material, no? For these honors, 1973 pa ba? And it has not been, although it was updated in 2022, I think, but the materials are still not up to date.
What do you want?
As to compare to the latest technology that we're using. But I guess it goes back to the very basic principle of environmental conservation, which is stewardship. And I think that's the main focus of these honors. Stewardship mainly is not just the financial stewardship within us or in our homes personally, or in the organization, but rather stewardship also pertains to anything that has been entrusted to us by God. This includes your talents, your skills, and the place where we live in, the environment. So we are stewards here. And like I said, as we read earlier in Genesis, that this was one of the first commands that God has instructed to the first parents, Adam and Eve, is to take care of the environment, of the nature of his creation. So that if we are being a good and faithful steward, the environment, the nature, is included in that. So, Rush, remember 3 words in exact order: reduce, reuse, recycle. Reducing what we use in the first place beats everything else. Whatever is left over is usually buried in a landfill, burned to recover energy, or recycled into something new. Journey 2 is what goes down your drain. First, it is screened to catch rags, sticks, and grit. Then it settles in the large tanks, and heavy sludge sinks to the bottom. Next, and this is the clever part, is the helpful bacteria are given oxygen, literally eat the dissolved waste. If you are familiar with the system, sa Thailand and sa Philippines, there's a slight difference when we put up our septic tanks. Sa Pilipinas, I know because I've seen it a few times. I've spoken to construction worker when they were building our house. Yung septic tank has 2 parts, no? The liquid and the solid part. So, pag gumagamit tayo ng toilet and we poop and we pee, it goes first to the solid part and the glass of water in your hand. I have that problem in my house here. Sometimes the water comes out muddy. When they have problems with the filtration system. So, one of the requirements actually of this honor is community visit, or to see how these things work in your community. How the water is drained, how the drinking water is produced, or how trash is collected from house to the environment. We'll talk more about that later and how we're going to comply with that requirement in an easy and better way, because I know everyone is busy